So I'm being bullied by that actor, that Jeremy Allen White. You know that guy? He's in that show, The Bear. And he's in the new movie, The Iron Claw, which is a pro wrestling movie. And he's also in a new ad for Calvin Klein. And they won't stop showing me that guy's nuts. And I get what women feel when they're like being sent unsolicited dick pics. That's what Jeremy Allen White is doing to me. Everywhere I go, there he is. I'm like, leave me alone, you know? I've changed my number. This guy's just there. I was reading something I was scrolling an article trying to learn about the Houthis. And I'm scrolling through, and then he's just over there eating an apple. And I'm like, get out of my life, man. God, I hate him. I hate him, because he's like, this is why I hate in-shape celebrities, because they always do like a shirtless photo where they're sitting down. And I'm like, that's how you know you're in great shape, when you'll take your shirt off and sit down, you know? Like, I'll take my shirt off, but we're standing up the entire time. My body's all right if we're vertical. Vertical, everything's all right. I sit down, it starts looking like a layered truffle cake in here. You can start like, oh, that's the tit layer, all right. That's the rib fat layer, there's the belly layer. And I'm just trying to read the news, and there he is, just hunched over, no fat on him, eating an apple, with his bulge staring at me. And I'm like, get out of here. You know for a fact he can't swallow that apple. You know his trainer's off to the side going, don't swallow the apple, you can't handle the sugar content. Get out of my life, man. It's so hard. I just want to be in good shape just so I can fit in the seats on the flights, you know? Because that's what I do for a living. I want to fit in. Because honestly, I don't fit in anywhere. Like, there's too much, like, the in-shape community for men. I don't know what's happened to masculinity the last few years, but we've gone way, you know how everyone's like far right, far left? We've done that with men. Like, masculinity's far, everyone's like, yeah, I'm an alpha, dude. Do you have any idea how many alphas are out there? Every dude that's ever seen a kettlebell, I'm an alpha. It's like, do you know anything about wolves? There's only one alpha. And it's Joe Rogan. It's not you. He's your alpha. And you say what he says. Oh, the other day I was thinking, were you? Or are you just listening and repeating? I'm an alpha. No, Joe Rogan's your alpha. He feeds you supplements like a baby bird. He gives you things to say, and like a baby, like, more Joe Rogan. Nom, 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 nom. And you walk around, I'm the alpha there. It's ridiculous. And I want to work out, but I don't want to be in that group. You know? And the other side is just like a bunch of dudes that live like Dungeons and Dragons or something. And you're like, is there something in the middle, you know? Is there something between board games and steroids, you know? It's just like a regular person. I just want that. That's all I want. I got pretty animated over there. That's how I feel. I don't know. It's been a good mix. I've been very lucky. I'm very happy you guys are coming out. People coming out to see me. That's still new to me. You know, no, it is. Like the last few years, people have been coming out. Like this weekend, we sold out 3 of the 4 shows, and that's more than I could ever ask for. Thank you, you guys. But I don't want you to think that's. I've been doing comedy. This is my 18th year in comedy, and it's only been the last couple of years that it's been like this. So for most of the time, it's been a lot of like, oh, all right, you know. Like I remember the first time I headlined a comedy club. I was so pumped. It was in Colorado Springs, and they picked me up at the hotel, and they had to buy a bunch of pizzas to give away for free. And they didn't tell me anything. This guy just picked me up, and he's like, we got to go pick up some pizzas. And I was like, all right. And he goes in, I'm sitting in the car, he comes out with the biggest stack of pizzas I've ever seen, and he just lays them right on my lap. And it's high, too. I can't even see out the window. It's just pizzas up to there. And they're hot. They're burning my thighs. These are some fresh pies. And I look over at him. I go, what's up with all the pizzas? And he's like, ticket sales are light. So I made a Facebook post that said free pizza for anyone who comes to the show. And I'm like, oh. how much were the tickets? And he goes, $2. And I don't even know why I asked that. Like, it should have been painful enough that we're giving away pizzas. But that's how much of a masochist I am. I'm like, I need to be hurt more. How much are the tickets? You know what the saddest part was? Not that many more people showed up. Wait, like 17 people showed up for the first show, and I took all my slices back to the hotel. All my failure slices went back to the hotel, and I just took little pieces. Yeah, but no, so things are better now, and it's exciting. Like people come up to me, like they know my jokes and they watch my stuff, and I'm like, whoa. And sometimes people say serious stuff too. Most times people just go, I like your comedy, and I'm like, oh, thank you. And every once in a while, some people will get serious, like, man, your comedy has helped me through a really hard time. And I'm like, all right. I never know what to say to that, you know, because they're being very heartfelt, but I just want to go, oh, I'm glad, you know. And then, like, it's so hard to respond, because, like, I know I have my ugly sides too. Like everyone, you know, you see what you see on stage, but I'm a human being. I have a selfish side, I have a narcissistic side. Just like most people, like this is a narcissistic activity, what I'm doing right now. This is like, you guys, like, this is like a house party, and you guys are trying to get to the dip, and I'm just in the way, and I'm like, yeah, 1 second, but I got a couple things I want to say, and you're just like, where is the dip? Like, you know, that's what comedy is. This is an arrogant, narcissistic thing to want people to listen to you, but they don't get to talk, only me. You know? Just me, just the only one. And I have that narcissistic side. Like one time, I had an audience member come up to me, and they said this, like, you know, I was battling depression, and I was close to ending it all. And I watched your comedy, and I ended up not doing it. And I was like, what the hell do you say to that? You know, it's humbling. I was like, I'm so glad you're here. That's what I ended up saying. I'm so glad you're here. That's all I could come up with. But there is this narcissistic side of me that wanted to ask, like, which joke? Like, which joke specifically where you're like, I'm going to see what tomorrow's got going on. And that's not a good thing, but, you know, I'm trying to be honest with myself. So, yeah. But I love all of this. It's scary in a good way. You get to go home and you're like, we lived today, didn't we? We didn't just go to a Panera and call it a night, you know? We lived a little. Like last night after the show, we went to a bar down the street called Gem. I don't know if some people just made noises over there. Have you been to Gem? Spelled not G-E-M, J-E-M. Just to let you know, they picked a word off of Google. Have you been to that bar? Listen, yes, but also I loved it. Like it's a bar, but you can tell selling alcohol is not their main point of income. Like when we showed up, we confused the hell out of them. They're like, oh, what do you want? And we're like, I don't know, alcohol? And they're like, yeah, I guess we sell that. They were so confused, like sketchy people coming in the back door, they'd see us, and they're like, oh, and then they'd leave. And I'm like, what are they selling passports in the back? What are they doing back there? It was great, man. We blew that bartender's mind. I don't think that guy's ever made a drink in his life. Like, I bought a beer. I got a bottle of beer, and you can point at it on the wall. And they don't have a cooler. They have a straight-up refrigerator, like from a house. Like a magnet, kid's report card on the front, refrigerator from the house. And he opened it up and like, here you go. And I was like, never seen that. I like that. And then my wife's friend, she ordered, I don't know why, but she ordered a tequila and soda. And he's like a drink? He was confused at the order. And she's like, yeah, like a drink. So he pulled out a shot glass, filled it with tequila, and went. And she's like, no, like in a drink. And he's like, in a drink? Yeah. And then so he got a bigger glass, poured the shot into the bigger glass, And she's like, but there's needs more things. And he's like, what, do you need ice? And she's like, yes, I need ice. And he left. There wasn't ice in the area. He went out back. I think I heard the car start. And I'm not making this up. He came back with a bucket like from a hotel. You know those plastic buckets in your room? He came back and he had tongs and he put ice in there. And then he's like, he had a can of club soda. It wasn't like with the gun. It was he's like, and then he poured a little. He's like, more? And she's like, yeah. And he poured a little more. And he's like, how much? And he's like, to the top, dude. This one drink took like 9.5 minutes to make. And we're all just standing there watching him. And he looked nervous, like we're cops or something. He's like, oh, God. Just gonna know about the chinchillas we're selling in the back. And then he pushed the drink over. And the lady goes, she looks at us, she goes, I'm scared to ask for a straw. Because I don't think he's gonna know what that is. But we had a great time over at the gym, dude. That was weird. People came in, they saw us, and they're like, whoa. They looked at my wife and my wife's friend, and it's like, oh, these are some classy ladies in here. Like, these people haven't seen women in so long. I don't know who these were. These people were like from a Bukowski poem or something. It was cool. It was cool. And you're not going to get that by going to a nice bar. That's why I like going to... That's where you get a story, all right? You go to a nice bar, what's the story? Oh, I ordered a cocktail and it came out really nice. And the guy went, shaka, 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 shaka. And then they had maraschino cherries and I thought it was really good, so I asked for a second one. And he gave me the second maraschino cherry. That's not a story, that's a boring story. Instead, we went to a business that's clearly a front for something illegal. And we hung out there for way longer than they wished we would have hung out. And we had a great time. That's how stories are made. Go to shady places, all right? Also be careful. You might... I don't recommend you go there by yourself. Go with a group. Go with enough that they're like, well, we can't kill them all. And then you'll make it out, and you'll have a good story to tell the next time you're at a thing, you know. But I like Toronto. I like what you guys do here. It's a good group. Everyone's so happy. Like it seems. I don't know. You guys are probably like, we live here. We can tell you a different story. But from an outsider standpoint, from someone who's visiting, it looks beautiful. I love it. I love it. We walked around downtown. You guys got a children's hospital with a very just a blunt name. I love it. Like. I don't know how you guys, if other cities, I don't know if you guys know, but other cities have children's hospitals too, and they call them something. It's like, oh, St. Jude's Children's Hospital, or something, Children's Hospital, and you guys are like, sick kids. That must have been the quickest meeting in history. What are we naming the children? Sick kids! Meeting adjourned. Let's get on with it. No nuance. In front of the building just says sick kids, and there's like a kid in a wheelchair. And you're like, all right, we know what's going on in there. It's like they were trying to make sure that it didn't look like a front for something else. They're like, look, we're not trying to be like Jim down the street. This is what we're doing in here. We're helping these children. Ah! Oh, the excitement. What's up, everybody? Yes, you could be happier, but all right, that's one person that was sad. I like it. No, don't change. Don't clap now. You hold that tight. That's always fun. I like one person that's in their head like, oh, no, that's not a good parking spot that I got. I'm definitely getting towed by the time I'm out of here. Ah. What's up, everybody? Thank you so much for coming out. Yeah, we're here. Beautiful. I love this. It's so nice. I'm so pumped. We packed out all these shows. And then before I came, we sold out 4 of them, so we added a Thursday. And I was like, oh my God, am I right for something? And then I came in. I was like, this is amazing. And then I saw how small the room was. I'm like, all right, well, it's Still pretty cool, all right? Doesn't have to be the Rogers Center or whatever. And there's still seats missing. All right, people didn't make. I wasn't kidding about parking then. All right, there's people looping around going, it's already happening. But it was a good day. I've never been to this part of Toronto. I don't know what this section, Danforth, I guess is the name of the neighborhood. Never come out to this area. My in-laws, my wife's family, they live up in Richmond Hill, which is suburbs. And is that a wow? Is that? I mean, it's cool. I didn't expect you were like, wow. And I'm like, yeah, it is a wow. It's good up there. They got a lot of stuff. They got a lot of houses with addresses, with the entire address spelled out. That's a real big movement. I love that. Like, people think that's classy. Like, oh yeah, spell it out. Spell it out. I don't want 1-4. I want it to say 14, all squiggly. Let's make these Uber Eats drivers work for it. What do you say? Let's test their reading skills. What's that? You're from another country delivering me a sandwich? Can you read 14? You might never know if this is the right home. It is a big deal over there. But yeah. So I'm up there, and but I like the city part. The city part's so cool, and it just feels like a movie set. The entire thing. There's so many different people. It's like cast by Netflix or something. It's like one of everybody. It's just so diverse. Look around this audience. There's one of everybody living in harmony in Canada. This is like what they taught us in kindergarten. It doesn't matter what race or creed or gender or height or whatever. Like, height's probably one of them, right? You ever see someone come in too tall and you're like, not him. Not him. He makes me feel bad about me. Get out of here, you tall one. But I like it. It feels, it feels safe. Even when it looks sketchy, it ends up being safe. I don't know if that's true, but that's what it feels like out there. Like on the Uber ride, we went through a lot of neighborhoods, and it was like, oh, this is nice, and you're like, oh, there's like sleepy, itchy people at some of them. And then there was like an alley where I'm like, I don't know about that alley. And then like a nun would walk out of the alley, and I'm like, that's a pretty safe alley, I think. Just got blessed by a nun in there. There's a little bit of everybody, but it's nice. So yeah, I'm up there in Richmond Hill hanging out with my in-laws. I have a Persian wife, so I have a Persian in-laws, which is very nice. Yeah, it's very nice. I can't learn Farsi to save my life. I can't, and they're so disappointed. I've visited like 20 times at this point, and they're like, you still don't know? And I'm like, I don't know how to say that. It's haklibla. And I'm like, it's they have this thing, it's called it's salt milk. I don't know how else to describe it. Imagine if they took milk and just poured a half gallon of salt in there, and then you drink it, and then they heckle you for making the face that you made for drinking that salt milk. And I'm like, what is this? It's milk. And I'm like, that's what it made me do, is what that sounded like. But I like learning. We were learning all the phrases and stuff. It's fun when you get to learn the direct translations of things, like because it's like a poetic language. Farsi is, and so we were looking at this thing like to say "shut up." Like you wanted to tell someone "shut up." What you're actually saying, literally, is poison of a snake. That's what you're saying. So you're bringing a poison of a snake, and you're like, "Oh, was I talking too much? I apologize." And I'm like, that's so cool. So I haven't been able to learn how to say that in Farsi, but I've just been saying poison of the snake. And then people get what I'm trying to say. And also to say something sweet like I love you, the direct translation to I love you is I'll eat your liver. That's the direct translation. I think the first person in Iran to profess love might have been a serial killer. I'll eat your liver. Oh, you're so sweet. Why the liver? You know, there's so many other organs that are better. And you're like, the liver, it cleans the blood. I'll eat that. Nom, 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 nom. Ew. Wow, you know? Also, how do you, like, the tone in which you say that is so important. I'll eat your liver. I'll eat your liver, you know? Like, no one else is gonna do it. I guess I'll do it. You look lonely, I'll eat that liver. Give me that liver. Oh, nom, 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 nom. It's so bizarre. But I just pictured like a movie scene where like two people from different countries, like one person is from Iran, speaks Farsi, and the other person from somewhere else, but they don't speak each other's language, so they have to Google Translate to talk. And then they get really close, and then finally the person's like, "I love you," and then the other person's like, "You'll eat my liver?" And they're like, "Mm-hmm." That would be such a beautiful scene, I think. But yeah, very much enjoy Toronto. It was good. We came in. I like it. They just let you in to this country. There should be more questions. Quite honestly, they let us in. We came in with 3 boxes. I checked 3 boxes. My wife brought a business that she no longer does and was giving it to her sister. And we had 3 giant boxes. And they weren't new boxes. All right, these looked suspicious. All right, they were falling apart. We duct taped. I was embarrassed to bring them to the airport. That's how bad these boxes look. We went through Delta Sky Priority, and I'm like, yes, I'd like to check these trash boxes. And I'm like, they're gonna have questions when we land at the other one. Like, there's no way we're gonna bring by 3 boxes that look like they should be ticking. And they look like it's so nefarious. Like, and they just not even a question. They just went, "Oh, welcome to Canada." And I'm like, no, dude. Ask anything about these boxes. I'm nervous, even though I know there's nothing in there. I like the way you guys run it, though. Because I get so nervous when I go through your guys' customs, even though they never ask me anything. But I feel like I'm going to give something up. And especially when I'm coming for 2 reasons. Because I'm coming here to work, which I'm supposed to declare, and I'm coming here to also see family. And then on the computer, you know, they have you come in, there's like a screen, and they're like, "Are you coming here for work or business?" And I wanted to do, you know, both, kinda. And then I just hit family, and I'm like, he's gonna know. And then I wasn't ready for the photo, because it just came up and flashed, and I went, "Huh?" And so now I'm handing him a readout of me going, "Huh?" And then with a lie on there, or a half-truth of like, "I'm coming to see family and picking up a check at the comedy bar." And so I get all nervous. Because one time, the first time I came to Canada, it wasn't on this side, it was on the Vancouver side, and we drove across, and that guy looked me up, like he was on my website. He was on my comedy website asking me questions that would only be on my website. And I was like, "Are you on my website?" He's like, "I don't have to tell you that." And I was like, it was so bizarre. It was weird because that one we weren't telling. My buddy Ed, who drove me across, was like, "You're just coming to hang out at my house. Don't tell him about the show because you're supposed to." And by the way, I wasn't getting paid a lot for this show. I was performing in Kamloops at a 6-pin bowling alley. They have less. I don't know if you've heard of this. They have bowling alleys with less pins and a smaller ball. And I guess it's easier to play drunk. I don't know what it is. And apparently that wasn't enough entertainment for this venue, so off to the side, they're like, "Why don't we bring in a comedian from San Diego? Just have him drive across the border. It'll be fine." And so I flew into Seattle, got picked up and smuggled across. And that guy was nosy, dude. He was on my website, and then he was like, "So where are you going to stay in Vancouver?" I'm like, "I'm staying with my friend Ed." He's like, "Oh, that's your friend?" And I'm like, "Yeah, that's my friend. Where'd you guys meet?" I'm like, "We met in Las Vegas." And he's like, "Oh, so you're going to his house?" And I'm like, he's like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Yeah." And he's like, "Does he sometimes go to your house?" And I'm like, "I mean, not yet, but depending on how this goes, I don't know." It was like he just kept going to the point where I wanted to go, "Hey, listen, man, I'm not gay. Like, I don't." There isn't anything between me and Ed. Ed and I are cool. I'm gonna sleep on his couch. Do you guys not have friends? Like, what are we doing right now? Because he was on my website. I purposely didn't put my show at the bowling alley on my website. But he was like, oh, so you were in Las Vegas last week? And I was like, are you on my website? I don't have to tell you. So that guy was all serious. And then here I am, many years later, going through your airport with 3 very shady-looking boxes. I'm like, come on in. Come on in. It's wonderful. But yeah, it's been good. It's nice to hang out with a family. It's nice. There's so many people in the house, and you can I'm not comfortable. And they're all sweet. They're all nice. They couldn't be more hospitable. But I'm one of those people where I grew up alone. So anytime there's like one other person in the room, I'm like, all right. Like the whole time, it doesn't come. Do you know what I mean? Like the whole time, I'm like, whoo, you know? Like, we came down, we got a hotel down here, and when we got into the room, I'm like, finally! I just took my pants off, and just, And my wife's like, what is it? That wasn't comfortable up there? I'm like, no, they're just around. Everyone. I grew up in a small family household. There's 2 people. One of them would leave. The house is yours. But this one, everyone just meanders around. Watermelon? And you're like, yeah, I guess. And then you just eat watermelon. And they're so sweet. It's how normal families. It's what I used to watch on TV growing up alone. All right? It was a family in a living room going, just jabbing each other, having, and I'm like, oh, that looks sweet. And now I'm in it. I'm like, oh no. Where are the cue cards? I don't know my lines. How do I interact in this situation? It's so uncomfortable. I've learned that a lot about myself because I have anxiety, and it's a lot of people have it. Mine's not that bad. It's just I didn't notice it. I'm mad that I know that I have it now. There's a lie that's being told in the mental health community that says once you realize your problems, you can work towards getting it better. No, now I just notice it more. And I'm fully aware. I'm out of my body watching myself be uncomfortable now in line to get coffee. Thank you. Instead of just before times where I would be like, everyone hates this. You know? Everyone's going through torment in their mind right now. But no, now I'm watching myself going, don't wring your hands. People can see that. Don't do that. So now I'm like, should I put them here? And now I'm like... And now I'm asking me, watching myself, I'm like, is this how people stand? I have my lines in my head. I'm ready to roll. If I go to Starbucks, I practice my order in my head before I get up there because I never want to because if I'm not ready, I'll just yell whatever like, oh, London fog! And then I find out that's tea. It's not even coffee. Throw that away, go to another coffee shop and try. No, if I'm in line at a Starbucks, I'm just there like, bacon, egg, Gouda sandwich, sweet cream cold brew. And that's just the little tape that plays in my brain, and then I get a little closer. Bacon, egg, Gouda sandwich, sweet cream cold brew. Bacon, egg, Gouda sandwich, sweet cream cold brew. And then finally, hi sir, what can I help you? I'll have a bacon, egg, and Gouda sandwich and a sweet cream cold brew. But if they're like, we're out of all of that. London fog, Thank you. Thank you. Some weirdos connected with that. Hell yeah. We're all uncomfortable. No, I love coming to Toronto. My wife's family is from here. They live up in Richmond Hill, so I hang out. I've been hanging out there all weekend. A big family. Everyone's just around all the time, and it is so stressful. Because I didn't grow up in a full house. I grew up in a small family. It's just my mom and I for so many years, and she'd leave, and the house is to myself. That's what I'm comfortable with. Just nobody around. But I would watch it on TV, like the sitcoms with like 1,000 family members, and everyone's like da da da, da da da, and it looked amazing to watch from an alone household, but then I'm in it, and I'm like, where are my cue cards? Like, I I don't know what my lines are. And so I'm just there like, ah, da, da. And they're like, what? It's fun. Like, and Persian household, so hospitable. Everyone's just walking around. You're sitting there, no one asks for anything. And they're just like, watermelon? Here you go. And you're like, I didn't ask for watermelon, but here we are. There's just fruits and nuts. Everything's on a conveyor belt just coming around. It's always tea time at a Persian household. They got tea, they got nabat, which is homemade sugar. It looks like meth. It does. It looks like crystal. It's like what Walter White worked on. Yeah. And they're like, this will cure whatever you got. And I'm like, I don't think it's anything's wrong. They're like, but you're about to feel better. And then they put that sugar in there, and I'm like, nabat! Like, I'm all into it. I wish I knew more about that culture too, like, cause they try to teach me Farsi, and I'm not picking it up. It's hard, dude. I don't know, like, it's like, oh, you haven't learned Hati? And I'm like, no, I haven't learned that word. And they're like, what's wrong with you? That's what we say. And so, like, today we've been learning extra. I learned all these phrases, like, but the direct translation of the phrases, which is what makes language so fun. Like, I learned, like, shut up, like how to say shut up. But I learned that shut up means poison of a snake. That's what that... So if you tell someone to shut up, you're like, poison of a snake. It means so much more than shut up, right? You're like, this could be the last time you speak. You know? Like, it's such a hard... I love it. So I don't know how to say it in Farsi, but I've just been going, poison of a snake. You know what I mean. That's... Zahrahman. Yes. Zahrahman. And the direct translation is poison of a snake. Yes. And it got worse than I learned I love you, which means the direct translation is I'll eat your liver. That's how you say I love you. Hey, right? All right, I'm glad you're here. You're like, he's not lying. That is how we profess our love to people. And I'm like, good Lord. And they're like, right? And I'm like, it shouldn't be. I'll eat your liver. Like, the first person to profess their love in Farsi was a serial killer. I'll eat your liver. That's how much I love you. Oh, man. It's a passionate language. Everything's all or nothing. I don't know if there's a word in Farsi for, Like, it's either, I'll love you till the death of the sun, or I'll hate you with the power of the sun. The sun's involved, I think, a lot. Yeah, I'll eat your liver, which is there's so many different ways to say that. I'll eat your liver. I'll eat your liver. Just like, I'll love you, you know? No one's, nom, 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 right on your little liver. I'll get right on that. I just imagine like a movie scene where like someone who's Persian is like dating someone from like another country, but neither of them speak each other's language, so they have to do like Google Translate, you know? And they just get the direct translate, and the guy's like, I love you, and they're like, I'll eat your liver? You know, like just having that moment, and then watching the breakup, you know? But it's a rom-com, so they'll come back around after they run into each other on a Ferris wheel or something. You know how rom-coms work. But it is nice. It's like, it's very Netflix casty, you know? Where like there's one of everybody, you know? You ever watch an old movie and you're like, oh. I've been going through old movies because I don't like a lot of new movies. Not for the casting, by the way. That's not. I hate the casting. It's just like, really? How did these two meet? No, that's not. It's not the casting. My issue with new movies is the dialogue. No one talks like that, or at least I haven't met people that talk that way. In the new movies, people just like in comedies, two characters will just stand in front of each other and trade punchlines. And you're like, who talks? I've been alive for 37 years. I've never been in a conversation with me and some guy just duel jokes at each other during a holiday Christmas party. That has never happened in my entire life. So I don't like, that's my issue. I think the dialogue with newer movies. And it's just slow down, you know? Everything's so fast. Slow down. I know everyone's brains are phones, but mine's like all right, why don't we calm down? You ever put on an old movie? It takes like 9 hours for the intro to finish. It's like, it'll be just helicopter footage of the city of Los Angeles for like legitimately 45 minutes. 45 minutes, you're like, oh, we've already seen that building. And they'll circle the entire building twice. The sun will rise and set, and it's still circling. And that's how much patience they had back in the day. They're just eating popcorn. It was a pretty good movie. We got nothing but time. But I see why the casting's different, because I never watched any of the Dirty Harry movies. You know, Clint Eastwood, never watched any of those. And I'm like, I don't know why. You always hear the clips. Why do I know, make my game, punk? Why do I know that catchphrase, but I haven't seen the movie, so I watched one of them. I didn't know there was like 20 of them. They have a bunch, so I watched Sudden Impact. That's the one I watched. Came out in 1983. Intro took 4.5 hours. I loved it. Just wide scenes. Like extra, like he'll get out of the car, close the door, put change in the meter, like double checks the lock. Like you see everything. Everything that gets edited out now, they're like, no, his shoelace is untied. Let's get that. Winks at a waitress. Like there's so many things that just cut through in movies now. And they left them all in. But yeah, Dirty Harry is not a good person. He would be a cop that there would be protests about. All the bad guys in the movie are not white. They're either black or Hispanic. And you're like, oh, I get it now. You know, I get why, like, the new casting. You're like, let's mix that up a little bit. That's looking a little... All the heroes are very white. And you're just like, yeah, we're just trying to get things done. And everyone else is like, we're trying to mess things up. You know, and you're like, ugh. See that? And then you're like, now we're a comedy audience. Just like that. Wow, I love that. Oh, you're more excited than I am. Like, I'm pretty excited, but it's still 6 o'clock, you know? That's why I'm pumped for this show. Like, we're all gonna be in bed by 9. That's so awesome. I think everything should start at 6. Everything, a hard 6, and we all got fuzzy slippers on by 9 o'clock. Enjoying our lives. This is beautiful. Everyone told me this was the nicest club, and it is. It's too nice. I am gonna say that. I don't know where those light sources are coming from. It's too nice. They have a green room that's just a giant bachelor studio apartment. Like they have guitars in there and a massage. You know those massage chairs from like the airport? They got one of those in there for no reason. And I showed up 30 minutes before the show and I'm like, we should have got here earlier. Like they kept coming in going, all right, so like what credits do you want? And how do you want to be introduced? I'm like, I want to play this guitar. Can you leave? I want to be in a massage chair and eat nuts and grapes while playing a guitar. I want to play the opening to Nothing Else Matters alone. Can we do that? While making free throws. It was amazing. It's like someone in their 20s won the lotto. It's great, man. It's my first time here. It's very nice here in Madison. We landed, hopped in an Uber, and you guys are very proud of those lakes. I can tell. The Uber driver, as soon as I was like, wow, look at that lake, he's like, we have multiple lakes. The way he said it, he's like, buddy, your mind's gonna be blown if you like water. We are hydrated. And I have been here long enough to know you guys have a lot of water. All of it's hard, all right? I've already taken a shower at the hotel. I've washed my hands here. Every spigot is just spraying it out. Like, I took a shower in the hotel that looked like Triple H was making a wrestling entrance. Just, like, his lips were dry just like mine, you know? That's the other part of it. My lips are so dry out here. They feel like 2 pretzel sticks just rubbed together. I don't know how you guys do it. Oh, it's devilish. There's all that water and we're so dry. It makes no sense. I don't know, man. But yeah, we came up from Bloomington. That's where we came up from. Yeah, really, for Bloomington. You've been through there. I've heard of it. All right. I hope he brings up the Mall of America. That's where we were performing, the Mall of America. That's where I was. For the last 2 days, we've been staying at a mall. Our hotel was connected to it, and it was like a horror movie, all right? Every time, like, the shows would be done, and then we had to get back to our hotel in an empty mall. And the escalators are still running. We went from the 7th floor down to all of them. Why are they running? Who's that for? The spirits like them on. You know, like, why would you do that? And it reminded me of years ago in Kansas City, I had to go return a rental car too early. It was like 4 a.m, and they have a big rental car return mall. And I was there by myself, which was horrifying. And I'm coming down the escalator. I'm like, I don't like this. I'm like half asleep. And then I turned a corner and I startled the security guard, like the one other guy there. He was this elderly man with thick glasses, and we just, and that's what I said. I went, and for some reason he went, we're all alone. There's no way they trained you to say that. Like, there's no way that was in the manual. If you enter a bad situation, quickly, make it worse. That's what we like to do here at the rental car center. But yeah, that's what it was like at the mall. And we stayed at a hotel that was connected to the mall, and that's always, you know, we had to go check in. I make awkward situations out of situations that shouldn't be awkward, you know? That's what I do. I was checking in, and the lady at the front desk like, oh, what are you in town for? And I'm like, I'm here for work, you know, just so we don't have to have that conversation. And she's like, oh, the comedy club made your reservation. Is that what you do? And I'm like, yeah. And she's like, yeah, usually when people say they're here for work, I'm sure they're doing something lame, but not you. And I'm like, yes. And then she's like, every time people say they're here for work, they never say what they do. And I was like, you know, we're probably all burying bodies, you know. That little laugh you guys just had, none of that at the front desk. Can you imagine that sentence coming out and the other person just going, click, 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 click. I'm like, that's why I don't say it right there. It's all been malls. That's why I had to go shopping. That's why I don't like it. I don't like to perform in casinos or malls because I'm gonna spend money, you know. I went and bought this jacket at the Levi's store, and I don't know if you can tell I have new jacket energy on. You know when you get a new jacket and you're like, oh. You just do this in front of the mirror, you know. You're like, should I pop the collar or shouldn't I? And then you see a stranger and you're like, oh, I'm back to me again. All right. That was just for the hotel room. But yeah, I went shopping at the mall. They have young people work at the mall, and they're practicing talking to humans, and we're part of that process. It's a training seminar for Gen Z. It's our responsibility as the elders to go, we'll get through it together, I guess. Every store I went into, just a terrified 20-something would be like, can I help you with something? Like, I didn't even know they worked there. They just, like, came out from behind the thing. And they were so happy when I said no. They were so happy. If I was like, I'm just looking around, they'd be like, nice. And they'd walk off, and I'd see them catch their manager's eye, like, I tried. I did it. I'm gonna sit in the break room now. I want to be a part of this. This isn't even the jacket I wanted. I wanted a different colored denim jacket, and they just didn't have medium, which happens to me. And I've been different sizes. I used to be heavier. I used to be a large. And no matter what size I am, when I go to the store, I think there's like an army of people that size. They're like, Zoltan, you have to go onto the mall. Send in the mediums. And everything I want. It was like, do you want small or large? And you're like, neither. Neither work. And so I wanted this jacket in a medium, or a different color, same jacket. And I was looking for it and I couldn't find it. And one of the employees came by, a young girl, and she's like, are you looking for something? And I'm like, I am, actually. And she's like, oh, damn it. And I'm like, do you have this jacket in a medium? And then she scanned it with her phone and she looked up the inventory. She's like, we should have one. And then both of us are just looking through all the coats, looking for a medium. This is when I learned, like, that Gen Z, they have a hard time starting a conversation, but they have an even harder time leaving one. Because we got to a point where we looked through all the jackets and there were no mediums, and instead of just going, well, I guess we tried, she just slowly drifted away from the situation. Like I was stuck in a car and it was on fire and she tried her best. I guess I'll pick a different coat then, huh? All right. It's ridiculous. But it's been fun. It's been fun. I've been doing a lot of malls. The week before this, I was in Edmonton. Edmonton has another giant mall. Don't get too excited. What were you about to say?
Yeah.
For a while. Not even from there? I thought you were going to say, my heritage comes from Edmonton. You're like, no, she dated a guy for a while. Didn't work out. And she left. Did I nail it? Is that what it was? Was it really? Oh. She dated a man in Edmonton. It's so funny. It was a big mall. It's like what they're doing in Bloomington. And I had to stay at a hotel connected to that mall. But that hotel was called Fantasyland Hotel, which is a water park hotel. And that's not the type of hotel you want to check into as a man by yourself. All right? It's all families with children, big groups, and just a man with a backpack. Like, I'm here on business, you know, like that. That doesn't smooth things over with everybody. People are like, who the hell's that guy? Why isn't he here with somebody? And I could tell the lady that checked me in also wasn't used to checking people in that come by themselves. Like, she was like, at the end, she was like, is 2 keys all right? And I was like, yeah. And she's like, all right, yeah. Maybe you'll meet somebody. There you go. I was like, what? You can just give me 2 keys. That's standard in the hospitality industry. Here's 2 keys. And she's like, I've never seen this before. But wishful thinking, you know? And then I went into the room, and it was too much room. Like, I should have been there with somebody. The room was huge. They had a jacuzzi in the center of the room, a giant jacuzzi. And I'm there by myself with a giant jacuzzi, and then they had mirrors going around it so I could see myself being alone from all angles, staring into an empty jacuzzi tub. And I'm like, what have I made of my life? Like, what is this? And then in my head, I'm like, I don't know what it is, but anytime I'm in a happy place, surrounded by families and giggling, my brain goes to the darkest places. I don't know what it is. It's like my brain has to counterbalance it with negativity. If I'm in someplace sad, I do the opposite. I think happy thoughts to balance it out, but if I'm someplace happy, we're like, let's make it dark in here, you know? So I'm looking at this empty jacuzzi tub, and I'm like, well, I gotta get in. At some point, I'm gonna have to get in. I can order room service, like I get a plate of chicken wings, and I can just lay in the jacuzzi, have the jets hit me wherever I want, while I'm just gnawing on chicken wings. And then I'm like, what if I choke? What if I choke on a chicken wing? That'd be the saddest death of all time. No one would even hear my because the jets are too loud. And there's too much giggling of children outside. You just hit your head on the wall laughing so hard. That's why they wouldn't hear me. Everyone's like, woo! I'm like, whoa! 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 And then just, and then I would just go down into the froth. They wouldn't find me till the next day, till the maid came in and went, dear God! And now they gotta bring a corner to Fantasyland. put my body on there with the sheet, and then they gotta go down the elevator everybody uses. So I just imagine Ding and a full family covered in inflatables, ready for the pool. And then they're like, make room! And so everyone's just squeezing against the wall, and all you hear is plastic on plastic. And then here comes a body with a sheet. Buffalo sauce on it. My brain goes to the darkest places. And that's where I like it to be. It helps balance out whatever's going on. Oh, I'm sorry. That was a little more for me than even you. I remember I told that scenario to my audience in Edmonton in the mall, and they're like, what? Oh, dear. Oh, dear. I don't know. It's been fun. It's been fun. I live in New York. I live there with my wife. It's wonderful. I don't know if you guys can relate to this, but before I left, we were watching like comedy videos on the TV, and we were laughing really hard together, like super hard, like close to tears. And she eventually told me that she was high, and I felt so betrayed and stupid at the same time. Is that at all? Because like and I'm over there like, right, and she's like, I know. I'm like, oh my god. And then she went, and I'm like, what'd you say? She's like, I'm sorry, I took an edible. And I was like, she's like, what's wrong? And I'm like, I'm stupid. That's what's wrong. I laughed way too hard at all of this. So ridiculous. But yeah, it's very nice to be here. I'm like Steven, I also have anxiety. Anxious person. Yeah, that's what you want to do for anxiety. Yell at it. That'll make everyone comfortable. But yeah, it's funny. I met Steven at a show I put on in Brooklyn in a ladies' basement, which only sounds weird outside of Brooklyn. All right? I was trying to set up a show there in 2019, and I couldn't find a venue. Every venue wanted like $1 million to rent it out. And then a friend was like, I have a friend who has a basement, and you can do it there. And I was like, okay. And I sold tickets on Eventbrite, and then people showed up. And then that was a situation, because I'm like, it's not a venue. It's just we're in front of an apartment building. And so I stood outside, and I'm like, go in. This isn't a trap. Go ahead. And a fellow comedian recommended that Steven open for me there. And he did a great job. We met for a second. He had to leave. And then years later, I moved to New York. Last year, I moved to New York. And he and I happened to be on the same show. And we sat next to each other in the back of the room. And I didn't want to say hello to him because I didn't know if he remembered me from 2019. So we just stood next to each other like, all right. And then after the show, I messaged him on Instagram. I'm like, hey, man, you had a great set. It was super funny. I don't know if you remember, but we did a show together in a basement in 2019. And he's like, dude, I totally remember. I just thought you didn't remember me. So I didn't say anything either. So just two fully grown, tax-paying men sitting next to each other in the back of a room going, no, there's no way. There's just no way. Neither of us would take the risk of the other going, maybe? Our egos couldn't take it. And we're like, I'll just look forward. I like that. So good to be here. This is my first time at the lounge at the end of the universe. And yeah, we all came in, didn't we? That was an interesting trip down here. The whole thing was interesting. I drove over from the hotel and I'm just following the directions. And then it's like, take a right on this street. And oh, you missed it. And you're like, all right. Oh, you mean that unlit street that looked like it was an entrance into a bank? Was that a street? All right. Don't worry, there's another street. It's called Jane Avenue or something. And it was just an alley. It was an alley that was named after a woman. Who the mayor divorced? I don't know who got to name Jane Alley. She's not getting a full street. She deserves an alley. And then I had to go down that, and then I ended up in a weird neighborhood. And then I took a right, and then there was an abandoned office building. And then Siri's like, "You have arrived at the lounge at the end of the universe." And I was like, yeah, that's where that belongs. In the basement of an office building. Only in comedy, you know? I like it, though. I like it. I don't want it to be all prim and proper. It adds to the excitement, right? Like, any minute, you feel like the real owners of this building are gonna bust through that door and go, "What the hell is going on in here?" You see one of the employees grab the register and haul ass out of here. And then we're like, we bought tickets. I don't know. Just point at me, we're here to see him. I thought, yeah, is that how it's done in Idaho? Everyone's just kind of run by the seat of your pants? I like it. I like Boise. I've been coming to Boise since 2012, maybe. So for a long time, but I haven't been here since 2018, and every time it just keeps growing and growing. Like, there's so much. I drove to the downtown part, and there's a giant fun center. I don't know what that is. There's a bunch of stuff. You got a Whole Foods down there. Everything looks good. This neighborhood, not so much. But the over there? Oh, that is booming. Over here, we can all afford a house. But over there, those condos are high dollar. Someone came up to me last night like, "This neighborhood is still burgeoning," is the word he used. And I was like, "Yeah, you can call it what you want, but we get it." I like that, you know? You gotta have a mix of everything. I had a good day. I went to Big City Coffee, got a big breakfast sandwich. That's my favorite place to go. And got a coffee. You like that Big City Coffee? Yeah, I'm a fan. I don't know who's talking to me, but somebody. All right, wait, I was way off. I'm like, you? No. You? No. Way back there. All right. There you go. Me and that guy. We're at Big City Coffee. Everyone else is a Starbucks sellout in here. You just nodded. Yeah, we are. I got the app. I don't know. I get points. Don't get me wrong. I like a good Starbucks. I like it. Those little egg things that they pop in the microwave and you just chow those down. I am into that. The shaken oat espresso latte. I just like saying that out loud. I'll have the shaken oat. Their drink names are so long, you ever give up halfway through? Because you're like, you get it. You're like, what else could it turn into? You know? It's not like I'm going to say, "Can I get the brown sugar, shaken oat, espresso, oatmeal? Could I get that?" You're like, no, you meant what you meant. But I like it. I didn't do much. Got a coffee today, worked out at the gym, and just paid attention to the news. That's what I do. I try to pay attention to the news. Someone made a noise. They went, "Oh, don't pay attention to the news." That's what I try to do, because I'm trying to know, when is the end of the world? Is it today? You never know. I think World War III right around the corner. And I just want to know when to get ready. You know, I don't even know what I would do to get ready. I guess, like, if I got an alert on my phone today, World War III has started, I'd be like, well, I guess we're staying in the hotel. They're not going to hit the Spring Hill Inn and Suites. You know? But you say get some Uber Eats? Is that what you said? Yeah, let's risk that guy's life some more. That poor guy not getting enough of this money. Yeah, why don't you bring me a sandwich? We're hunkering down for the World War. It's already kind of kicked off. I don't know if you guys know, but we're at war with the Houthis. I don't know if you keep track. There's a group called the Houthis, and we're fighting them. Let me tell you what. And I got to tell you, that's the most adorable sounding enemy that we've ever had. I've said the name 3 times, and each time I smile a little at the end. It's impossible to say, the Houthis. I feel so bad for them, because I'm sure they, like, in their language, that means something badass, but, you know, like, our soldiers have to go fight those guys. Like, there's some colonel trying to pump up the troops. All right, fellas, get out there and get those Houthis. You know, No, this is serious, you guys. Get out there. This is no laughing matter. Get those Houthis. And I don't know if you guys know why we're fighting them, but I looked into it. Apparently, there's cargo ships coming from China, and they go through the Red Sea and to eventually come to the United States. And these Houthis are, they're shooting at the cargo ships. So our military is over there shooting back at them because they're getting bullet holes in our Amazon packages. That's essentially what that war is. It's pretty much what it is. Our military is fighting the international porch pirates that are the Houthis. And it just shows you how big the world really is, right? Like, we're all the way over here, just like, where the hell are my sweatpants? You know? And thousands of miles away, it's just, you know? And we're over here like, Amazon Prime my ass, dude. Where are my sweatpants? We're very lucky, you know? So yeah. I try to keep up with all the news. I don't know. It's hard. It's hard to keep up with it because I don't know who to believe. I don't know what to do. So I just go work out. I just try to keep to myself. I'm like, the world's ending. I guess I'll go to the gym. Just try to get abs. I don't know.